In this video we're going to step through configuring a Polycom RealPresence group series device to enable it to connect to Lync. So the unit I'm configuring here is a group 300 and I'm connected to the web interface of the device. And just before we start, the key to making this work is to ensuring we've got the Lync interop license installed. You can see on this device here that is installed and enabled. A couple of other options that are also set up on this device, the 1080p and also the telepresence interop, which is used with Cisco. They're not actually required for this. The only important one here is having this Lync interop. So having made sure we've got that license installed, I'm going to go to my admin settings. And we're going to go in, there's a couple of things we're going to configure. First thing is we're going to configure the connection to Lync, and then we're going to configure the connection to Exchange, which we use for scheduling and gives us access to the calendar. So it gives us an easy join to Lync meetings. Right. So to configure Lync, we're going to go into Admin Settings, Network, IP Network, and then we're going to go into SIP Settings. So in here, let's make sure we've got SIP enabled. This is partially configured already, but we can actually see here that registration is failed at the moment. So we'll sort that problem out. So the key things we need to set up: SIP server configuration. I've actually set that to specify, which means that down here I'm going to need to configure my registrar. Now that's not strictly necessary. If you've got your DNS service records set up, you could just set that to auto, but for the sake of this I'm going to go through and specify it. Transport protocol, now this is just left on a default of auto. Again, this BFCP transport preference, again prefer UDP was the default, I'm leaving that. Now here I need to enter the SIP URI of the Lync account that I'm going to be signing in as. So I've created an account called Polycom1 and SIP enabled it, or sorry, Lync enabled it. Username I need to enter as domain followed by username, and then I need to also specify the password. So if I just go in here and set the password, and hopefully if I've got that correct in a moment when I save it, we should see the registrar status change to registered. So the only other thing in here is registrar server type set to Microsft, and let's save these settings. Okay, and we can see the registration status has changed to registered. So on the Lync side we're good. What we also need to do now is go into servers, go into calendaring service, and we need to configure our Exchange details in here. So again, key things, we've got to have it enabled. This is the address of our Exchange server, so this is how I access it externally. Okay, secure connection protocol. The default there was automatic, just leave it as it is. The domain, so this is the internal NetBIOS domain for the account that I'm using. Username here, I'm just specifying as the account name. Notice there's no domain / account name as I used in the previous screen. Okay, again the password, the SMTP email address, and that's pretty much all I need. You can see here the status of this is set to registered. So with those two things configured, well, three things, so make sure we've got the Lync interop license installed, configure up the SIP account for Lync, configure the calendaring service for Exchange, and at that point you're ready to join a Lync call.